My name's Patrick Foley, and this is my review of Ukraine's Gold for UK Film Review. The pair here about an ancient Ukrainian legend that pots of gold have been buried. The pair here about an ancient legend of Ukrainian gold that has been hidden in the Bank of England and concoct a plan to try and access the gold and then use it to aid in the Ukrainian war effort. The story comes from filmmaker Tony Leliw, who has given his purpose for making the film as wanting to give an inspiring and amusing story for Ukrainians, particularly in this difficult time with the ongoing war, by focusing on Ukrainian legend and mythology, as well as qualities that have become intertwined with the current spirit of the nation, such as nobility and admiration and doing the right thing. Leliw manages to take what is an amusing short film, but also intertwine it with the current sort of political impetus of the war. Whether you have a personal connection to the war or not, or whether you maybe come from Ukraine or not, you will be able to identify and find some kind of common ground with the qualities that are discussed throughout the film, and when things like selfishness and individuality as opposed to working together are raised, it does kind of tie in to some of the discussions that have been held around the war, but it's quite clear that Leliw's feelings rely on what have been the overwhelming and prevailing attitude from the war, which is banding together as a team and fighting for a greater cause. The film itself is quite rough around the edges. There are some issues with sound mixing where it's clear that there's sort of different audio tracks which don't sync particularly well. The film also stutters to a halt at points to display long periods of text over silent still images, which don't really flow well with the rest of the film, but maintain that kind of cheeky sort of London one-upsmanship, always looking for a little advantage where they can find it, which helps with a lot of the comedy of the film. Things come around in what is an undeniably outlandish and cheesy conclusion, and the film doesn't really take itself too seriously throughout, even though it is obviously about quite a serious and contemporary measure. It is a bit of lightness and lightheartedness for a film that is sort of intimately connected to the ongoing Ukrainian war. It is just that opportunity to maybe take a step back and try and find some kind of levity in this. The film's definitely no masterpiece, and there are a lot of holes that you can poke in it, but I actually found Ukraine's Gold to be quite an enjoyable little film that I kind of really wanted to root for and really found a lot of enjoyment in. It's undoubtedly creative, even if the limits that come with its budget and production situation are quite evident to see. And for someone who doesn't know a ton about Ukrainian history beyond the kind of modern era, to learn about the myths and legends that are prevalent in the society and have helped the Ukrainian people kind of persevere through what's been an undoubtedly tough time was really informative as well. So I definitely recommend giving Ukraine's Gold a watch, even if just to learn a little bit more about the culture of Ukraine and have a few laughs along the way.